Hello guys, welcome back to another reaction video here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 21 of the second season of Code Geass. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like here down below, and follow me in this great adventure. Okay, in the last episode we saw that Lelouch and Charles are starting talking. Let's see what's going to happen. Are you ready to watch this? Let's watch it together. Oh, they are about to kill him. Yeah, because probably she understood that he was telling a lie. Oh, yeah, we can't wait. Because he didn't care. Oh. Oh, he's honest, see, in these episodes. Yeah, that's true. But that doesn't mean that it's something good to do. Hmm. Maybe he's like this even without this. Ooh. Oh, I can't wait for that moment. Oh. Oh my. That's true. Oh, this is something. V2. Nah. Okay. Oh! Oh, V2 killed her! Ah, Anya saw head of the Geass! Oh my. No way! Oh my. No, I'm shocked. He lied. Yes. Okay. But you destroyed a person, actually. In fact, you don't have humanity when you do something like this. Oh! See? Eh? Yeah, but... What the hell? Ah, yes. That's from Dante. Lasciate ogni speranza voi che entrate. The door of hell. Ah! Oh! Yeah. Ah, but that's for sure. It needs a opposite. Eh. Yeah, but this is just a world of illusion. Oh no, you don't play with feelings. Yes. Yes, I agree with the Lelouch now. Yeah, out of good intentions. Yes, this is correct. Nah, come on. Exactly, exactly. Yes. Oh, yes. No, come on. No, Nanali wanted a world made of truth. Yes. That's not coherent, right? Ah. Oh! Yes. Ah, okay, I thought that he said I'm God. Oh, come on, these are just excuses. Oh! Wow! No, but what you shared is just a utopia and an illusion. Oh, yes, presumptuous, yes. You're playing the role of God now. Bye bye. Nah, you are immortal just because someone didn't intervene in the meantime. No, if you really loved them. Yes! Yes! Oh. Yes. No. Yes, exactly. And they should exist. Yes. Whoa! He did the right thing. Absolutely. Nice question. Of course, it has to be like this. Huh? So he talking from which place? Lelouch? It's Lelouch, right? Oh, oh, what a simple F! Wow! No, it's not a joke, yeah. Oh! Wow! But this is great! Hey, he will control with the Geass, right? Oh no! What's Suzaku? Oh! No way! Wow! But this is great! It's not a joke. Oh! Oh no! Look! That's the problem. Oh! Wow! Another amazing episode finished. And I wanted to start by saying things regarding Charles, Marianne, and Lelouch, Suzaku, and all the others, that sort of dialogue they had. I found so many interesting things inside this episode that can be connected even with the literature. First of all, the theme of the mask. When in the episode they are saying that masks are part of a person, because a person can have multiple personalities and they can show to other people different sides of their personality. Yeah, I agree, because a person doesn't have a one personality only. I mean, one way to see things or one way to approach to other people, but there are multiple ways. I give you an example. When a person is shy and doesn't want to get in touch with other people, maybe with his or her dearest people, he or she is a totally different person, because she or he is trusting these dear people, and when they are in front of strangers, in front of other people they don't know, these people, these shy people, tend to be shy. That means they don't show everything they are, because they think it's really difficult to handle this new relationship that it's starting. And at the same time, yeah, I understand this. People in the world, most of the time, they put masks on, because that's a way to protect what you really are. You think that it's better to treasure your own self just to people you really care and just to people you really love. There is a difference between common people, I mean people who are strangers to you, and the people who really love you. By doing this, you make a difference already. And in society, this is happening many times. I'm talking about Japanese society specifically, because you need to know that in Japan, we all know that people have two different sides of their personality. And one side is the real self, the truth of oneself, and the other side is what these people are showing you when they are admitted in society, when they are part of it. So I think the author of this story wanted to remark this, because the author of this story is a Japanese, and in Japanese society you really understand that you really know the fact that people decided to wear a mask when they are part of the society, and they take this mask off when they are at home. People can be two different people. By doing this, the person that is standing in front of the society and has this mask on is a liar, because he or she is pretending to be what he or she is not, just because it's a way to be part of the society, and not just because this is what he or she really is. This is realistic as a theme, and I have experienced it here so many times. You can find people, as in many other countries in the world too, who can show you a great smile, but later, after a few seconds, you see that this face is turning, and is turning even the facial expression. That makes you understand that the difference, the huge difference between the two different behaviors, that they are both explaining who this person is in different contexts. Even in Italian literature, we find it so many times. And one example for all is with Luigi Pirandello, that is one of the most important literature men in Italy. And one of his masterpieces was Uno Nessuno Centomila. That means one, nobody, and 100. He is explaining how people can be one person, can be no one, because he or she can't find himself or herself in what he really is, and it can be even 100 people, because this person can have multiple sides of his or her personality, and this creates a huge difference between the private and the public. What a person decides to show and what a person decides not to show. This is really interesting and such a important and famous theme worldwide, I guess, because I think not just in Italian literature, but even in English literature and so many others, you can really find the same theme portrayed in many, many times. But I think that if we talk about Code Geass, we should put in our mind that the author is Japanese, so he is reflecting what this person felt by living here, and I think it's realistic, absolutely. On the other side, I want to say that what Lelouch is saying to Charles is totally right, because he's saying, look, you have abandoned us. This is a certainty. Yes. And once again, Charles wanted to become like a god who could decide what to do with the world, who could decide how to turn the world, and everyone wanted to stay under him, or had to stay under him because he was powerful, because he was always running away, actually. He wanted to create this world without lies, but he forgot, while trying to create this world, that he had 2 kids, and he gave this priority to a world that is pure utopia, that would have never happened, that would have never existed, because when you decided to play the role of God, then there is the risk that what you're doing is meaningless, because people, common people, human beings, they can't be God. We can't switch the roles. We can't turn into something almighty, because we can't be. And once you do this, there is the risk that you lose your mind and you lose the priorities, the real priorities you should take care of. And in fact, even Marianne, I feel so disappointed by her, because now that we understand everything that happened, I feel so sorry for Lelouch and Natalie, because they were just a victim of this system, of this belief that they could create a world without lies. But Lelouch was totally right. This is something impossible to make. because this is just an imposition. This is turning into something evil, turning into something that is not right. And I agree with this, because in life, we always have opposites. If we have good, we have even bad. If we have a truth, we even have lies. We can't live in a world that seems to be perfect, but it's not perfect, because the perfection is made by opposites. And this theme is remarked even in philosophy. We all know this. There are contrapositions, there are opposites that can rule the world, and I truly believe this. It's impossible to have love without hate. It's impossible to have good without bad. It's impossible to have day without night. These opposites are ruling the world, and we can't expect to create a world based on ideologies or utopia feelings and stuff like that, because this is not going to happen. And the risk is that you're going to create a fake world. So you want to create a world without lies, but this world itself, it's a world of lies, because it can't exist. It's all fake. I totally agree with this. Charles somehow reminds me a little bit of Kaguya in Naruto, because she also wanted to create a world in which people were under this imposition that they should have gone on by dreaming and by living a happy life without problems, by staying under the illusion that this world was just fine and there were no problems. People should have found peace like this, without struggling, without fighting. Yeah, it's good to find a world without fightings, without battles, and just a world, just a peaceful world where the truth is the main thing. But at the same time, I think that truths can be bad too. You have a good truth, you can have a bad truth. That's why people sometimes they decide to lie, because they don't have the guts to face other people, to tell them the truth. And usually you use a lie, a good lie, to hide things that can hurt other people. Lelouch is right. The world is going on like this. There are lies, and all people are lying. There are not people who are not going to lie. And by saying this, even in the reaction video, I said, this is not good anyway. I mean, it's not good to tell lies, but this is reality. If there is the truth, there are even lies, because this is an opposite. And we should accept the world as it is, even if we don't like it. Of course, we can say, I don't like it. But to erase something like this and to create something that is impossible to create, abandoning your kids, abandoning your real priorities, this is a selfish. And Lelouch is right, you're not doing this for the world, you're doing this just for yourself, to accomplish yourself, because of what you have experienced in the past. Because when a V2 was lying to Charles, he felt it, but this was just his personal experience, as much as Lelouch was doing everything that he was doing just because of his personal interests, just because he was feeling hurt, and not because the entire world was feeling like this. He said that he wanted to save the world, but actually he was just doing this for one person, for Nanali's sake. And this was a lie. When he, in front of others, he was saying, I want to save the world. Or he did what he did just because he wanted to accomplish himself. This is just selfishness. So we can't misunderstand selfishness with kindness, or to do things for the others, because the difference is subtle, but we have to be able to make a difference. One thing is to be selfish and do things for yourself by pretending to be kakui, by pretending to be the best thing or the best person in the world, and play a role, as much as Lelouch or even Charles at this point did. And at the same time, one thing is to take into consideration the fact that you really wanted to care about everybody. I think Nanali was the perfect example of a person who cared about everyone and no matter what, because if there was a good person, she would have praised that person as a good person. If there was something not good to do, she would have gone against that bad thing, probably in the proper way, and that makes a difference between Nanali and Lelouch. Then when Lelouch was talking about Nanali, yes, I totally agree, because Nanali knew that she had some disabilities, and the fact that she was aware of them, that makes her really mature, really intelligent. The way to repay for other people's kindness was to smile, and that smile was real, was pure, was innocent, was something great. And I really admire characters like these who have fragilities, who have damages, who have disabilities, because they are human and they can portray a reality that is difficult to face, but only intelligent people can go beyond these situations and love no matter what. Lelouch was an example. Even if he knew that Nanali had disabilities, he was always there to care about her. He made lots of mistakes, that's for sure, but we can't say that he didn't love Nanali or he didn't want to stay by her side no matter the disabilities that she had. And this is what Marianne should have done instead, because she was her mom. But she was pretending to be nice and say, no, I did this because I wanted to save you and Nanali. No, that's not true. You did this because you wanted a world that was good for you, not for other people. And this is called selfishness. I'm really disappointed by Marianne, because now that I understand what happened, I feel so sad for Lelouch, because he did all this to avenge his mother, but he did this for nothing, because his mother was part of this plan together with Charles, and this is something so sad and disappointing. I can put myself in Lelouch's position, and I would have felt so angry right now, because I was sure of some things, and then everything revealed me that I did this for nothing, and I was just a tool too for them to reach their personal goals. And in the meantime, I would have also felt so guilty, because I would have killed lots of dear people, and I would have done so many bad things for nothing. This is the result of a curse, okay? When you decide to gain a power, I told you many times, you should consider even the risks. And one of the risks is that you have done this for nothing. The result is the counterpart of a curse. That means being cursed forever by doing your own mistakes. What about V2? Look, they made a pact, V2 and Charles, but then V2 was the first one not respecting this. They wanted to create a world with without lies, but then V2 was saying lies. So what was the point to go on with this? His personal interest, just the fact that he didn't want competition as much as Rollo did it when he tried to kill Nanali or he tried to kill Shirley, for the same reason, because competition is another huge theme of this story. There is a competition between Lelouch and Suzaku. There is a competition between Rollo and Shirley, because they both cared about Lelouch, but Rollo wanted to be the first one. There was the competition somehow from Rollo's side towards Nanali, because Rollo didn't accept that Lelouch was taking care more about Nanali than him. There was even the competition, I guess, between Shirley and Karen, from Karen's point of view, because Karen felt some things for Lelouch too. As you can see, competition. Then there is, of course, the main competition, that is Lelouch versus the other Britannia royal family. And this is something obvious, okay? Wow! I mean, this is something that I've never expected. I mean, I've never expected to reach the truth like this, and to know that Marianne was killed just because V2 didn't want to see Charles going away because of Marian. I open a bracket, even if I don't like Marian, okay? The fact that V2 said, we know that women are, let's say, dangerous or something like this to men because they can trick, blah, blah, blah. This reminds me of the same things that happened to witches many centuries ago when the woman was seen as a temptation and was seen as something really dangerous to get in touch with, because if a man could have get in touch with a woman, there would have been the risk that the man could have been corrupted by these women's abilities to trick men and things like this. Even witches, they were condemned, and most of the time they were burned alive because they were seen as a bad temptation or something that could trick men more than ever. And in fact, look, C2, she is a witch, and she tempted Lelouch with Geass. And this is realistic too. I mean, it happened, and that's why he started lying, blah, blah, blah. I know this commentary is long, but I still didn't finish. I want to say that while this gate of hell opened, let's say, and okay, let me say another thing. And Charles thought that what he was doing was something great, but I agree with Lelouch when he said, no, look, this can turn into bad intentions. Open a bracket, maybe because he understood all of his mistakes till now, we don't know. But when a person is dominating others, he's imposing his ideas on others. This is totalitarianism. This is not democracy. This is not something good to create. This is just something bad. And in fact, when this door of hell was opening while C2 and Suzaku wanted to enter, there was written in Italian language one specific verse from the Divine Comedy written by Dante, and it's one of my favorite poems ever. If you don't know, go and check it out. I mean, I recommend this even if the language is really difficult to use because it was written 800 years ago. But anyway, it was written, lasciate ogni speranza voi che entrate. That means leave your hope over here, you people who are about to enter. Because that verse was used at the beginning of the first, let's call the first part, chapter 1 of Hell. In that case, Dante together with Virgilio were trying to enter Hell. And in fact, when the author put that sentence, that verse, in this episode, it was quite clear that what Charles was projecting was just hell, was not a peaceful world, was not something good for others, but it was just something tricky, something wrong, something bad. And I really like, let me tell you, I really like when authors, they decided to praise Westworld's literature, men or women, because this is so great. Or I really admire when Japanese authors, Japanese mangakas, they decided to put literature inside their masterpieces, inside of their stories, because this helps people who don't like to study, who don't like to get in touch with these heavy subjects, to learn anyway. And that's why I really like anime. I think they are a great example of what a modern literature should be somehow. In fact, I think that manga, they are the modern literature of this century. We had so many examples of stories, anime that came from manga that can be so great because they can explain you many important subjects that maybe people don't want to hear about because it's too boring, it's too heavy, I don't want to learn things like this because I don't understand anything. Thanks to anime, you can still learn. And this is why I really appreciate when authors decided to put some philosophical themes coming from literature, mythology, and things like this, legends, whatever. I really, really love this. Then, last but not least, Suzaku. Look at the end. I was surprised because I have never expected to see Lelouch and Suzaku together. That was really amazing to watch, but at the same time, Lelouch with his Geass, he's doing, okay, the same thing that Charles wanted to do. That means to domain, to impose his presence on others. And the risk is that he's making the same mistake somehow, because okay, what he said about lies, etc., but we understand how mankind is corrupted or can be corrupted so easily, and this is our fragility. That's why we can't be perfect, because we are always committing sins. And Lelouch, what he did at the end, oh hey Lelouch, I was like, oh no. But I was so amazed to see that Suzaku decided to become the Knight of Zero. I don't know if he is under the Geass too, but I was so surprised. I have never imagined that he would have joined him no matter what. This is probably because of what they were saying at the end of the episode, when they were saying that Suzaku was the perfect knight because he was always trying to reach his goal for himself too. And he has the perfect role because even Lelouch was like this. Okay, let's see what's going to happen with episode 22. Sorry if I talk too much, but I like when I see stories that they can let you think and they can make you feel great because they can let you learn many things, or they can let you think more about the real world, even if it's just an anime. And that's why I love anime. See you next week with episode 22. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell. Bye guys, see you in the next video.